Hi, welcome to Ruby's Beauty Page. My name is Ruby and today we are going to be doing a very beautiful chocolatey look. So let's get started. Now that first shade I am using is a 29M and I am using it from the limelife eyeshadow collection that we have. And I am using a dome packing brush and I am just lightly dabbing that onto my eyelid right above my crease. So now that I'm satisfied with the application of that first shade, that 29M, I'm going to go ahead and go in there and lightly buff out that shade just to remove any harsh lines, and then I will be going in with my second shade. Okay, so next we're going to be using that beautiful dark purple, which is a 43M, and that is also from the limelife collection of eyeshadows. And I'm going to be packing that primarily right in that crease and on that outer portion of my eye. So I'm really going to be building up intensity and depth of this eyeshadow color, and I think this is a beautiful shade. That dark purple, it's a really beautiful shade and it complements that brown very nicely. So I'm just going to be focusing primarily right in that crease. Now once I'm done packing that shade on, I'm going to go ahead and lightly blend, and I'm not going to blend up too high. I'm going to stay real local to where I apply that shade, and I'm just going to buff away any of the harsh edges of that purple so it can transition very nicely into that brown. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and cut that crease, and I am using a Morphe brush, the M250, and it is a detailed line brush, and this just allows me to outline that crease. And then I'll go in with a flat brush once I outline the crease, and I'll go ahead and just conceal the rest of my eyelid with some concealer before applying my third shade. Now I do work very well with that detail brush to perfect that cut crease, and once I feel that it is perfected, I'll use my blenderful sponge to remove any excess concealer. And now I'll be going in with my third shade, which is that 48F. So now I'm just dabbing that product on and I'm following the outline of my crease, and once I cover my entire eyelid with the shade that I'm using, then I'll go ahead and lightly buff away any excess product that I have sitting on my eyelid. Now I'm going to go back in with that dark plum to remove that harsh line of that gold shade and my outer corner second shade that I had used of that dark plum, and I'm just going to buff away that edge and just make it look very seamless. I'm going to go ahead and use our liquid eyeliner from Limelife by Elcone. Now this one is a really nice liquid eyeliner pen because you can do a very thin line or even a thick line depending on how you want to create your liner. You can definitely do a very good wing with this liquid eyeliner as well. Now I'm just putting on just drugstore mascara onto my eyelashes before applying my falsies. And gotta give my baby a kiss before he goes to school. Bye, son. Okay, Now I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of moisturizer, and my intention was a little bit, but I kind of overdid it. So I'm using Skin Therapy Moisturizer from Limelife by Elcone. This is a super duper hydrating moisturizer. It does not leave your skin greasy nor a residue. I'm going to go ahead and let this dry before I apply my liquid primer setting spray. This is a phenomenal primer. I prefer a liquid primer before I do the gel, just because this makes my skin feel very light. So I really do love this one. Next comes the highlight of the show, our perfect foundation. I'm going in with our wax-based foundation in the shade Shinto 2. And look at how it just glides right onto my skin. So I put it on and then I dab it all over my face, and I'm just pretty much pushing that foundation onto my skin. This does not clog your pores. The good thing about our foundation, it just sits on your skin and it mimics your natural skin. Look at that coverage. It's amazing. So we do have a special going on for 2 days. The sale does start March 10th through the 12th. We do have our foundation and foundation concealer on sale. If you guys are interested, please leave me a comment below and I will give you guys the details. So now I'm going to be using our concealer number 3 to highlight and brighten my skin. Now our concealers are waterproof, sweat proof, they are smudge proof, and I love using our concealers come summertime, especially if you're out on the lake and you want a little bit of coverage and you want to make sure that your foundation doesn't crack, move, or slip. It really does stay put, this concealer. So this is the concealer that I'm using to brighten, but this is also the concealer that I use for a little bit of coverage during the summertime. Once I apply it, then I'll go in with my damp blenderful sponge and remove any excess, and then I'll go ahead and erase the harsh line between the foundation and my concealer. So now I'm going to be applying some translucent powder to set my entire face. We do have a translucent powder here with Limelife, and it just creates a flawless look. It really kind of just looks like you have a filter on your face, but there is no flashback when taking photos. So this is a perfect translucent powder for photography. Now I'm going to be using our HD facial powder, and that was a lot, but I'm going to get that blended out, and I'm going to go ahead and bronze my entire face. Our HD powders are high definition, and it is a facial powder, but I love to use it as a bronzer. I love the shade. I love the way it warms up. I love the way it just sits on my skin. It doesn't look like you have a lot of product just sitting on your skin. It is very light. So I'm going to go ahead and just work that in before applying my blush. Now I'm going to be going in with our blush Peachy, and I'm going to go ahead and just blend those two shades together. Now that blush, I've had it for 2.5 years, and I do use it almost on a day-to-day basis. I have been using our other blush, which is called Keen, but for the most part it is super pigmented and it lasts you a very long time. So I'm going to use our translucent powder just to sharpen up the edges of my bronzer and my blush. And I'm going to go ahead and just lightly dust it off. It's looking very, very cute. Now the eyeshadow shades that I used on top, I'm going to be using both of them on my lower lash line. I'm going to go in with that beautiful brown shade first, and then I'll go ahead and smoke it out with that dark plum. And this is a Huda Beauty lipstick that I'm using in the colored board meeting. I'm gonna go ahead and set my entire face with our oil strike setting spray. And this does allow for your makeup to stay put for up to 16 hours. Now I like to go in with a lip gloss. After I apply my highlight there, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of lip gloss, and I'm gonna be using Humble to apply on my lips. This highlighter here, I'm not sure which company. This is something that I received in one of those Ipsy collection packages, but I really love this highlighter. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be using Humble lip gloss. I know I kind of bounced around, I apologize, but this is lip gloss. It is a very neutral, natural shimmery lip gloss. And now I'm applying our gel eyeliner from Limelife in my waterlines, and this just adds a little bit more of a dramatic look to my entire look that I have going on today. Well, alright friends, this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't done so already. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me or leave me a comment and I will get back to you guys. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys on the next one.